Record. Hello there. My name is Holly D. Welcome to another episode of Holly D Live. It is good to be here. It is good to be back. For those of you who know, I had some personal shit going on. I've been gone for I know how many days. Was incarcerated. Shit happens. But I made the best of it, man. They were all crying when I left. Shit. Today, I want to talk about addiction. I'm going to put this in my heavy mental podcast. So this is one of the more serious ones. I'm by myself, and it's a Friday night. Well, it's Saturday morning now. I'm wanting to go to the casino, but I'm freaking exhausted, and I'm hungry, and I don't know. But anyway, I started going to groups and stuff so I could stay sober for as long as possible. I also have some legal obligations, to finish and things to do. But the more I'm trying to better myself, the better my life is becoming. So many people that I know and so many people that I don't struggle with so much addiction. And it's sad, man, that it is sad that we go through this. But, I guess I just wanted to do this podcast to discuss certain areas of it and how it starts and how it just kind of fucking domino effects into crazy ass shit and how to, how I am trying to get out of it. I'm never going to judge anybody for anything that they've done. There are people out there that done some fucked up shit. We all have lines, boundaries and shit. Pedophile shit like that. No, that's fucking sick. But anyway, oh, I'm sorry. I just received a message. How did you start? From what I understand and what I've tried, I've had so many conversations with people, and I had a spiritual awakening a couple years back. I was like, why is everything happening to me? Why is it me? It's just about me, dude. I was selfish. And then they said, whoever you believe in, God or the source or, whatever. I practice spirituality. They said, you want to fucking know why? I'll fucking tell you why. And they gave me the answers to everything. And it just hit me like a ton of bricks, like the realization of why I am the way that I am and why I do the things that I do. And it stems from childhood, man. It stems from childhood. A lot of people have had shitty childhoods. I had a great childhood. But that goes to show, too, is that you don't have to have a shitty childhood to go into addiction. You don't have to be abused or God forbid, if you were molested or whatever, to go into addiction. Sometimes there is just shit, whether it's your mental conditions or you feel like you're under too much pressure with your family or your parents, or you feel like you're never going to add up, or, somebody has a favorite in the family or something like that. It's all fucked up, man. There's just so many, I think every situation is consequential. It just depends on the sitch, but, I don't pigeonhole it some people walk around they're an addict and, they're on heroin and they're on meth. I'm just going to say it. Those are hardcore drugs. I had a problem with one of those myself. So, it's just, this is real shit, man. And for people who want to sit on their fucking high horse and judgity judge. Addiction is not dealing with feelings, not dealing with reality. And for those of us, those of them who don't have problems with addiction, or they aren't an addict, or they live the quote unquote, great life and whatnot, more power to you, man. If you don't have to deal with the shit that we deal with on a daily, fuck. More power to you. I don't wish that upon anyone. I don't wish addiction upon anyone whatsoever. But don't sit on your fucking high horse and tell them that, we're all pieces of shit. And I'm saying collective we because I am one of those. I am included in that. Yes, people do shitty things in addiction. And I have been in addiction, and I can tell you straight away, square, and all the places I've been, which haven't been many, but man, I have done some shit. Not one person can say that I'm a thief. And not one person can say that, pretty much a thief. But you know what I'm saying? Not one person can say that about me. And there were times, man, when I needed it. But I was raised, the way I was raised was you don't steal, you don't destroy somebody's, you don't envy someone, you don't, shit like that. You don't steal from people. And unfortunately, when you get deep down in it, I'm thankful that I have not lost everything. I am so thankful. I am one of the lucky ones, and I know that. Because there are some motherfuckers that take it all the way, dude. It's like you start dabbiting in it. And addiction, just so you know, can be anything. Food, shoes, fucking shopping, fucking sex, all of it. So if you think that you're not, if you think that you're on your high horse and you're not included, man, I believe that everyone has some sort of addiction. And maybe there are people who live perfectly balanced lives. Well, show me the perfect motherfucker out there and tell him to give me some motherfucking pointers. Because there is no perfect motherfucker in this world. We all make mistakes. I don't give a fuck if you did everything right and you didn't touch one drug and you were nice to people and you were good to people and you got a nice car and you got a nice house and you got nice kids. That don't mean shit, bro. That don't mean shit. If you don't help people on a daily, if you aren't compassionate, if you don't give shit your all, if you live a life of selfishness, then that's all you're gonna motherfucking have. And that's cool, because bad shit happens to good people. We were just talking about this in group. But good shit happens to bad motherfuckers too. And I hate to say it, I'm not talking about, I'm trying not to pigeonhole, because this is all improv. I don't fucking fix this, I don't edit it, I just say what's on my mind and whatever the fuck comes out and whatever they can fucking, whatever you want to circumvent of it, that's what you're gonna, whatever you take from it, that's what you take. I don't give a fuck. You hate my shit, whatever. There's 1,000 other podcasts to listen to. But I'm doing this for my therapy too. So if you don't like it, fuck on off. I don't give a fuck. I'm grateful for my fucking 802 downloads, bro. But anyway, yeah, for those of us, it's with addiction of any sort, it doesn't have to be a drug specifically. It starts out like we dabble a little in it. And then it starts to feel good all the time. Whether it's shopping or sex or whatever. And then we're like, ooh, I want more of that. But all these are mind-numbing things. All of them. And I think us as humans, we need to be needed and we want to be loved. And even men, And I'm not trying to be, a fucking feminist in any way, but even men, man, who are made to be the old school traditional types at least, they don't cry, they provide for the family, they go out and fucking work. Good for you, man. But damn, dude. If you do not, this is what I'm learning. If you do not express your motherfucking feelings, it will simmer and boil up and explode one day. And I think that is why a lot of people go into addiction, because they want to ignore what they're feeling and they want to just not feel for a second. Have you ever felt like that? Because I fucking have. Whether it's pressure from school or it doesn't matter, man. It could be the simplest thing and people are like, oh, it's stupid. No, it's not. It doesn't matter what you're going through, man. There's a different way. There's always another path that we can choose to take. But it's only when we're ready. And quote unquote, one of my best friends says, you can change, when the pain gets great enough. And my pain got great enough. And I'm still, I do bumps in the road and shit. I'm still learning and trying to get shit together, but I want to change. Like, I want a change in my life. Because when you're in the game, and I'm just talking specifically like in the drug game right now, if those of you who have ever been in that game, it is a motherfucking seventh circle of hell shit. Like, it's the same thing every fucking day. You try and get, you end up breaking even, but you work all day and hustle all day and you never fucking stop answering your phone. It's fucking exhausting. It's emotionally exhausting, and a lot of people in the game have warrants, so they can't go anywhere. They can't do anything. They don't go to festivals. They don't go to concerts. They don't go to fucking the casino. They can't because they're constantly, they don't have an ID. Or they're constantly looking over their shoulder wondering when the fucking cops are gonna come. And I'm going to do another podcast about this in my other podcast, like other sectional podcast. This is going to go in heavy mental, which is heavy shit. But I'm going to discuss this in another political podcast that I air about how the government really loves to see us all fucked up on drugs. Because it's more money in their pocket. I could go on and on about that forever. I'm a very political person. I was raised that way. I used to fall asleep to Larry King fucking Live with my beautiful, amazing mother. May she rest in peace. But, yeah, just, life is supposed to be about experiencing things and, like, understanding people. And I'm so grateful that I've come out of shit. I'm so grateful that I still have my things not even things like materialistic, but I still have many people who care about me, who are good people for me. I have good people in my life and I'm grateful for that. And they have my back and I have their back. So that was just on a side note. But yeah, I mean addiction, going back to that I'm squirreling. Going back to that, it does start, and then it becomes overwhelming, and then it becomes your life. And I'm sorry, I took a moment of silence, I think, for the people that, have passed away because of this. There's a lot of people that we've lost due to drug addiction or another addiction of any sort. Like, it's I'm I'm just coming out of it, and it's so hard to, like, go back to, I don't even remember the last time that I lived my life healthy. I don't remember the last time I was in a healthy relationship. I don't think I ever was, because I was the toxic one. And, I mean, just for the record, my other motherfuckers were toxic too. I'm not going to name any names, but you know who you are. Bitch, you was toxic. But, you was toxic too. Whatever. But, shit. It's just, I hope to God that maybe one day, if I ever get big with podcasts or my music or my comedy or whatever section of entertainment that I do as often as I can, that a kid hears this who's, I don't even know what age, just a kid that's thinking about doing drugs, just fucking say no. Do not start. Just don't start on the train. You're not missing out on anything. Life is not about that. Life is about the shit that you do in between that. The relationships that you make. You know, your career, your everything. And I've seen people from all walks of life fall, and I've seen people from all walks of life get back up. So I just want to let you know that there's hope out there for you addicts who are in active addiction, or even if you're out of it and you still struggle. My heart goes out to you, man. My heart goes out to you. And if you are a kid or you're somebody thinking about using, just don't even start. It's just, it's a vicious cycle of self-destruction. It's like slowly killing yourself is what they say. So, if you don't want to die, don't do it to be cool. Don't dare do it to be cool. Because, trust and believe, 15, 16, 20 years later, when you graduated high school, 20 years after that, it ain't going to be cool when you're fucking, you know, asking people for money on the side of the road for dope. Because it's that real. And it can get that bad. If you don't have motherfuckers that trust you, and you went that deep and dark by stealing and shit like that, you ain't got nothing. Addiction can fucking take all of it. It'll take your motherfucking life. So, I'm just saying, kids don't usually listen to my podcast because they're extremely raw and I fucking cuss a lot, and I have a podcast for kids, just, you know, specifically for kids, but, I don't cuss on there and shit. But I'm just saying, you never know, man. It's the fucking internet. And if I ever get big with these, I just want to be able to save one kid from making a horrible decision. It'll put back years of your life. Years. I tried to go to school, 5 different colleges. Couldn't do it because I was addicted to something. I started out as an alcoholic, then I went to fucking all sorts of shit. But, if you're struggling, definitely talk with someone who loves you and cares for you. And don't give up on yourself. Because so many of us are so critical of ourselves. And we're our own fucking worst enemy. And we just hate who we are. So we're just like, fuck it. That shouldn't be our mentality, man. We should all be able to love ourselves. And the only reason I think that we have not loved ourselves is because it could be a number of reasons, but I think it's because it's been trained in your brain. For some people that dealt with abusive relationships like verbal abuse, mental abuse, you're not good enough and you're not fucking, that's horrible, man. That's horrible dealing with that shit. You know, somebody calling you stupid, somebody calling you an idiot, somebody, you know, spitting in your face or finding you offensive or, whatever. I deal with that a lot in comedy, dude. I'm all by myself in the stand-up comedy circuit. I mean, like I said, I'm just trying to get the pieces together, so I haven't done any in a while. But my next stand-up comedy act, I'm going to try to go back to my local home one that they let me do anything I want, within reason, as long as it's original and as long as it's my criteria and my stuff. But yeah, I deal with that a lot. I deal with rejection. I have to go up against fucking misogynistic men who think that, girls have no fucking place up there. And if they're hot and they're vulgar, fuck yeah. But if they're not what you expect, or they're chubby, like I'm a chubby motherfucker. I don't care. I love to eat. It's not a crime. But I am who I am, and I love who I am. And if somebody else does not love who you are, fuck them. Fuck them. Most of the time, they're just jealous, guys. They're jealous because people love you and respect you, and they probably don't have shit for them. I've gone up against one of the most misogynistic, oh God, every time I see his fucking face, he disgusts me in the comedy circuit. And he demeans women. He discriminates against women in comedy, and those cocky motherfucking men, those cocky pieces of shit that think their shit don't stink and that women don't have a place in fucking comedy makes me want to fucking go berserk. I mean, I get so pissed off about it, you guys. I can't even begin to tell you. It makes me want to break shit. But then I realized that we all have our paths in life. And there's probably a reason why he is the way that he is. Maybe he got made fun of, so now he decides to make fun of others. To cover up the fact that he fucking hates himself. And I hope that's not the case. I really don't. But, he discriminated against me and rejected me and ignored me because I was a woman at the comedy club. Just because I was a woman who did not look like other women there. A woman who did not fit the profile that everybody sees on motherfucking every magazine. And they think that that's shit. So you can't fuck me, so you're not going to listen to me. That's old school bullshit fucking behavior. God, I could go on about that. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I just want to say that I appreciate you guys listening to the words. I know I get passionate about it, but if we're not passionate about our subjects and who we are, then what the fuck are we here for? This is part of my dream, and I've always wanted to be on the radio and having my own podcast. Even if they never get big, I just don't even care. I love them. I love doing them. And I appreciate all of your support. This is Holly D signing off. Love each other, take care of each other, and take care of yourselves. All right. Love y'all. Peace.